Hi everybody, welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog. With this virus still going, we've been making videos for you guys of info videos, we've been calling them of late, where basically we looked at the electrics, the plumbing, jacking points. I asked you, in our YouTube channel there's a community tab, and if you click on that community tab, I put in there, are there any questions that you'd like us to answer, be it about the podcast, camping in general, the camping crew, anything at all. And I think we might get 2 videos out of this, so there's no road footage to skip. It's purely just questions and answers that you guys have been asking us. Now, I don't know how long he's going to stay here with me, so I'll ask you. June sent in a question about Charlie, and she says, how old is Charlie and how long do you have him? Charlie will be 7 on April 22nd of this year, 2020, but we have him from June the 8th of 2020, because Deirdre grew up with a chocolate brown cocker spaniel, but in her adult life she didn't have time for a dog. I had a Dalmatian called Purdy who passed, oh gosh, it must be good 20 years ago now, and I never wanted another dog, but Deirdre always wanted a chocolate brown cocker spaniel, so we found this guy. He was born in Middleton in County Cork on April 22nd. We got him 2013 on the day of our first wedding anniversary, so he was a wedding anniversary present. Deirdre says to her, but it's actually a wedding anniversary present to both of us. So June, thank you for asking. He will be 7 in April and we will have him. He will be, that's his birth date, and then I believe there's a gotcha date, which is the 8th of June of this year. Aidan was on and he said, how many places in Ireland do you get to every year? That was a hard question. I had to look back on our calendar and see. Before Charlie and me started this video channel, myself and Deirdre went camping every bank holiday weekend, and then a lot of weekends, and then our 2-week summer holidays. Now, our 2-week summer holidays, we've been to France, Spain, Portugal, the UK, and we have stayed in Ireland as well for our 2-week summer holidays. So I worked it out, and I think, Aidan, in 2018 we hit 30 campsites, 37 in 2019. No, wait now. 40 in 2019. But now that myself and Charlie are doing the videos, I don't know. But I know in 2018, myself, Deirdre and Charlie, long before the video started, did about 35 campsites in that year. David asked, what do you like and dislike about camping? Wow. I'll tell you what I dislike straight away, David. I dislike when we're on a campsite, dogs off their lead. That's it. That's about the only thing I don't like about camping. Hang on, wait, push this down a little bit for him. Yeah, I hate when dogs aren't on the lead. Some people, I don't care how well behaved your dog is, they should be on leads. Not everybody likes dogs. Some people are afraid of them. What do I like about camping? Everything. I love from when I put the alarm on in the house, start the engine and start driving. I love when it rains. The only thing I don't like about raining is we can't get Charlie out. But I love the sound of the rain hitting the roof of the camper van. I love when we're camping with the camping crew and we're just sitting out chatting and all of their kids and the buzz. I love the buzz on a campsite, the crackle of the barbecues, the background noises, people walking past, chatting to you. So I love everything about camping, but I think the only thing I dislike, I used to hate paying for showers, but look, that's a given on some campsites. Yeah, so dogs off leads. Jim says, how many campers have you had up to now, and what is or was your favourite? It's hard to pick a favourite. This is our 11th camper, but since myself and Deirdre were married in 2012, it's our 3rd camper. I made a bit of a list for you, Jim. I've owned 11 vehicles. The first was a Renault Traffic conversion, which I bought for a friend of mine for little or nothing. It was sitting in a barn. He hadn't used it in 4 or 5 years. I honestly think I paid about 1,000 quid for it, or less than 1,000 quid. And I ended up selling it for about 2.5 grand less than a year later. So the Renault Traffic. I've had 3 Knaus from 4 berth to 6 berth. I've had 4 HYMERs, a Mercedes bus that I converted, a Transit van, a Volkswagen T4. But since myself and Deirdre married in 2012, we've had 3 HYMERs. We had the HYMER Camp, the A-Class and the low profile 655 that we have now. If I can find some pictures of some of the campers, I'll put them up here. I'll go rooting through the computer. I won't find photographs of all of them. My favourite, I loved the camp, the HYMER that myself and Deirdre had as our first camper, and we took it on our honeymoon to France. I know I have a photograph of that. And mainly why I love that was the look of it, because I fitted bull bars to it and spotlights and air horns. But it was a great camper. But the one we have now, the 655, it's a 06. I love it. I love the French bed down the back. I just love it. It's a great camper, low mileage, air ride suspension, tow bar, everything we need. And you bear in mind, we've no children. There's just the two of us and Charlie that go camping. Myself, Deirdre and Charlie. Shannon asked, who are the camping crew that we hear you and Chris mention on and off on the podcasts and on the videos? That's our gang. That's our clique. When myself and Deirdre start camping, two colleagues of hers that work have a VW. So we went camping with them. They introduced us to Van Tasseville. You'd have heard us mention Van Tasseville. We love Van Tasseville. There we met Ross, Aoife and their gang. Then somehow Chris came into the picture. He's a friend of Malcolm's. And then Tony and Victoria came into the picture. So the breakdown is, in the group, there are 10 adults, 10 children, 8 girls, 2 boys, 5 dogs. 3 of us drive HYMERs. Malcolm and Rona have the 1970s classic VW, and sometimes they tow a little HYMER caravan, which is called a puck, behind them. And Tony and Victoria are the newest members. They drive, I think it's a VW T5. It could be a T6, but I think it's a T5 that they drive, and they've got 2 girls and a dog as well. So that's who the camping crew are. And then the podcast just happens to be called The Camping Crew. Donal went on to ask, oh, look, your man is gone. He's looking out the window, so excuse the tail. Donal asks, apart from the Glen of Aherlow and Ardmore, as ye have mentioned in the videos and on the podcasts, have you any other favourite places that you like to go camping? The easy answer to that is yes. Deirdre loves anywhere by the sea. Renville in Connemara is a beautiful small family-run campsite right on the beach. It's actually the first place Charlie went swimming. And she loves Morris Castle Caravan and Camping Park in Wexford, again right on the beach. I love Morris Castle myself. The Glen of Aherlow is my favourite campsite in Ireland. When I was a radio presenter, we used to do our breakfast show live from the Glen of Aherlow on Midsummer's morning. So we'd go down a day or two beforehand, then we'd bring down the radio station outside broadcast unit, and Mac, my co-presenter, who also has a motorhome, we would do our show live from there. I think we did it for about 5 years on Midsummer's week. So that's how the Glen of Aherlow became my favourite. But I love Blarney Caravan and Camping Park, and I love Nagels in Doolin. Those two would be on par as my other favourite campsites. So thanks for that, Donald. But the Glen of Aherlow is the first place where I brought Deirdre camping, and it's the first place where Charlie came camping. A little bit of dog sleep. Shay and Julie ask, Charlie and me is a great idea, as is the Camping Crew podcast. We love them both. But our question is, how did you come up with the idea to start them? Right, Charlie and me. No, we'll start at the very beginning. I started camping about 20 odd years ago, and I went to a couple of campsites from, it's over there, I'm not going to be able to reach it, the Camping Ireland book, and they're starred 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. And I stayed in a campsite, I'm not going to say where it was, but I stayed in a campsite that was, I think it was 3-star. And I went, how is this 3-star? It's a dump. Oh my God. So I bought the domain campsitereview.com. That website is still there. It ran for years, then it got hacked and I lost everything, and we set it up again. But anyway, so campsitereview.com started up, where like-minded campers like ourselves would leave reviews, and they weren't nothing to do with the owners of the campsites. You just left an honest review and people could read them and add to them. And then myself, Charlie and Deirdre were camping, and I had finished work on the radio and I had setting up being a photographer. So we had the equipment, and Deirdre just said to me one day, why don't you do video reviews like Campsite Review, but videos, and put them on YouTube? So then Deirdre came up with the name Charlie and me, because she reckoned if it was just Aaron camping, look, this guy gets the views. Yes, you join us for the information, and thank you for that, but he's the cute one. So we called it Charlie and Me, our camping vlog being video log, and we set up YouTube. And then Chris, part of the camping crew, rang me one day and he said, hey, why don't we do a podcast? Chris is our techie guy. That's his job. He's into all the tech. from radio, I wouldn't even pre-record a radio show. I used to think that was cheating my listeners. But I knew what podcasts were, but I had never listened to a podcast. Chris listens to podcasts. So he got all the technical stuff together. We record it through Skype audio. He lives in Tremor. I live in Carriganshaw. There's a good 30 kilometres between us. We record them Monday, Tuesday, or a Wednesday, and they go out on Wednesday evening. I do all the editing, and then we put them up on different Facebook groups, and it goes on anchor.fm/the-camping-crew. I'll put it there. And it's available on most podcast platforms. And finally, of this batch of questions, you're coming back over again. There's nothing happening out there. Finally, on this batch of questions, it's from Lizzie. When you're camping and you're not filming for your YouTube channel, what do you and your wife do to relax? That's very easy. Dee loves to read. Deirdre is an avid reader. She'll bring books and her Kindle, and she'll read a book in a night. She'll definitely read a book in a weekend. And from none of your little small books, thick books. She loves all kinds of books, so she'd be very hard to buy for her. And then she uses the Kindle as well, and especially when we're away in foreign countries. Me, I love to do nothing. I sleep quite a lot. I've presented breakfast for 12 years, so I use the excuse that I'm catching up with a lot of early mornings. If I'm not sleeping, I love to just sit out and wave at people and chat to people. But if I'm not sleeping or sitting out, I basically just fly kites. I love to fly kites. I used to fly kites every single day. Years ago, I've about 15 or 16 kites. And yeah, I love to fly kites. So if there's a bit of wind, a beach or a field, I carry about 3 kites with me at all times. And then sometimes if I'm not recording videos or doing anything, we're just chilling, Deirdre would say to me, grab a kite. Charlie doesn't like the kites, so she tends to keep him in the camper and I go fly a kite. But when I'm standing there flying the kites, that's what I do. So Deirdre reads, I fly kites, and at night time I go to bed early. Even when we're with the camping crew, and bear in mind there's 10 children, I'm in bed before them. I go to bed about 9:30. Deirdre and the crew sit up drinking coffee and chatting, and I go to bed about 9:30. So that's what we like to do, just relax. So thank you, Liz, Shay and Julie, Aidan, June, David, Jim, Shannon and Donald for your questions. More questions if you want to keep them coming on the YouTube channel. There's a community tab there. You can type them in there, or you can send them to charlie@aaronburchell.com. That's also the email if you want some of our stickers. We've got the bumper stickers. We have a new batch of Camping Crew podcast stickers coming, but for the moment I'm just posting out to Charlie and me. You get a windscreen sticker and a car bumper sticker absolutely free. So use that email address for asking us questions. Ask us in the videos below. And I know this is not the norm and this is not what we want to do, but if we get camping again this year, we will definitely start reviewing campsites, and we'll get out as much as we possibly can for whatever is left of the camping gear. Remember to subscribe, and of course the podcast is there as well. So Charlie, come here, you have to say goodbye. Come here. So from Charlie and me, no, come over here. Isn't he so obedient? Now, from Charlie and me, from Charlie and me, our camping vlog, we're going to say bye-bye, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.